So, dear listeners, my name is Hana Onderková. I am head of IP at European Business and Technology Center, and together with Bowman Heiden, who is the director of the Center for Intellectual Property at University of Gothenburg, we are here to discuss a High Growth Technology Business Conference, which is to be held in November 22. So, Bowman, you have been one of the speakers at the conference, and I'm very glad that you are joining us to give us a quick snapshot what your topic will be about. So in your plenary lesson, we are speaking about open innovation. So would you kind of give us a teaser of its impact on SMEs?
Sure. I mean, open innovation is a broad concept. It relates generally to any kind of collaborative innovation activity that takes place between different actors. So we think about it broadly, but just for SMEs, you could talk about maybe three things that we'll dig into a bit. One is that, as Thomas Bereuter and I wrote about in an article on licensing-based business models, SMEs will need to learn how to bring in ideas, access ideas and technology of other people, and also find other avenues for commercialization other than doing it through their own firm themselves through licensing. So this kind of in-licensing, out-licensing is something that's going to grow more from SMEs. Also, SMEs should consider how to involve their users or customers in continuous development of their products. For companies with digital products, oftentimes we use the term minimally viable product to get it out on the market, and then we get feedback from the users, which helps us to design it in a better way. And then lastly, in a digital economy, there's many SMEs that will work with open standards, open source, open data as a key component of their value propositions. And so accessing technology, software, and data will become an important innovation strategy, and how to determine exactly how to participate and what are the implications for participating on what will be open, what will you leave open, what will you be closed. This type of strategic openness will be critical even for small companies. I mean, in the end of the day, small companies oftentimes want to be bought by large companies, which is a form of open innovation, but more from the big company perspective.
You already touched this topic because my next question was actually because the open innovation, it's I would say quite broad term. So how does that will actually impact the SMEs in terms of IPR creation and IPR commercialization?
Sure. I mean, building on what I was just talking about, open innovation on the operational level is IP management. You're moving knowledge around. You're deciding how to share, under what terms. So it's important to know that control is not the opposite of open. Control is needed to manage openness. You can only make your things open, and then you can make them open on your terms. So IPR is a very useful way to manage the strategic openness that we discussed. This will be critical for firms that want to license in and license out. And it'll also be a very important mechanism for regulating the openness of standards, open source, and potentially data. So this is something that will become part of the core business of all companies, even SMEs.
That's very interesting. My next question would be, because we know that High Growth Conference is in two tracks. One is the business track, the other one is the IP track, and obviously both of them would have different type of audience. So this particular topic, do you feel it's more relevant to decision makers or the actual IPR professionals?
Yeah, I think that this is a difficult one because open innovation is strategically a business issue, but it's definitely operationally an IP issue. It's probably one of the activities where you see this obvious intersection between IP and business strategy, specifically for digital applications, which will be one of the key focuses of our session. So I think that it's tricky. On one hand, you want to have an openness strategy, thinking from a business perspective, what should we have open? How does this fit with our business models? Nowadays people give some things away for free, and then they make some things not open or not free. All these different ideas. And then, of course, how should you implement that using IP? So I think it could fit into both. Have I made it difficult for you for that?
Thank you very much for giving us a hint what it's about to come, and we are definitely very excited to have topics like this and get more about it. So again, thank you for coming here today and share the snapshot for the event for us, and we are looking forward for this session at the conference.
All right, thank you very much, Hana.